Hello, Miriam here at the Bureau of Meteorology with a look at your weekend weather. We're going to have a look at the very hot conditions that are moving from the west coast to the east this weekend, and we'll also have a closer look at the rain and ongoing flooding across parts of Queensland. But let's jump in with the temperatures first of all. Today's maximum temperatures show the intense heat that is continuing across parts of the west coast. Perth in for a 39-degree day, and in fact it may get even hotter than 39 degrees depending on where this west coast trough moves. The rest of the country is going to be mild to warm, a little bit cooler across the southeast and under the rain and cloud associated with ex-tropical cyclone Kirrily. As we go into Saturday, we're going to see this trough in the west shifting inland. That means a shift to cooler southwesterly winds and much more manageable temperatures on the way for the far southern parts of WA. The heat will start to peak elsewhere though, with temperatures inland pushing up above 40 degrees. In the southeast, Hobart is in for a 27-degree day on Saturday, with the coastal parts of the southeast reaching the high 20s to low 30s. If you're heading for the beach this weekend, in New South Wales in particular though, be aware that we do have a hazardous surf warning out for the New South Wales coast. It could be dangerous out on the water, even if the weather conditions are looking warm and settled. Going into Sunday, that's when we'll see the heat really starting to peak over mainland parts. Widespread temperatures above 40 degrees through inland Australia, and 33 and 34 respectively for Adelaide and Melbourne. In fact, the maximum temperatures in the southeast are really going to depend on when the trough moves through, when that cool change reaches us. If it moves through early in the day, we're likely to see much milder maximum temperatures, but if it stalls and doesn't reach us until the evening, we may see maximum temperatures on Sunday that are even hotter than those forecast here. One way or the other though, Sunday is likely to be a hot and windy day across southeastern parts of Australia, ahead of that cooler change. It will take its time moving up the east coast however, with Sydney in for another warm day on Monday, 35 in the city, possibly as high as 40 degrees in the western suburbs. We're unlikely to see the milder weather along that stretch of New South Wales coast until around Tuesday or Wednesday. Looking at our rain and wind now, it really paints a very clear picture of how the country is looking. Very clear and settled across southern parts of the country, fairly windy across Hobart and Tasmania, but otherwise we're not really seeing too much on our weather map. All the focus is around ex-tropical cyclone Kirrily, sitting close to the Gulf of Carpentaria and continuing to generate heavy rainfall and damaging winds in its vicinity. As we go into tomorrow, it'll initially be slow moving in those parts, but then we'll start to shift southwards down along the Northern Territory border, continuing to generate rain and strong winds. These areas are already seeing flooding from the last bout of rainfall, with flooding extending across southern parts of Queensland as well. And it's possible that as this ex-tropical cyclone moves through, some of our flood warnings in these western areas may be exacerbated. Going into Sunday, we are expecting to see this system continuing to move southwards, taking some of that rainfall into northeast South Australia, possibly northwest New South Wales as well. Further south, we may see a little bit of shower activity as various troughs move through, but the rainfall totals expected will be much lower than what we're seeing further north. As we go into early next week, that's when things get a little less clear. We're expecting ex-tropical cyclone Kirrily to move through New South Wales, but the exact areas of the highest falls are a little uncertain and will depend on exactly where this system tracks. We're also expecting thunderstorms in the mix as well, and they can play a determining factor in where those highest falls are too. So as we go across the weekend and into early next week, it's a really good idea to keep a close eye on the forecasts and warnings, particularly around this system moving through New South Wales, as we may be issuing wind and rain warnings across that period. You can find the details for all your forecasts and warnings via the Bureau's website and the BOM weather app. Have a good weekend, and we'll catch you next week.